I'm here to talk about my target audience for the music video which I'm going to make for this course. Age group. I'm going to appeal to 12 to 25 year olds, more focused in the teenage grouping. The video will predominantly have teenage characters, so the intended audience will relate more to them. This age range will be reflected in the mise-en-scène of the video. Perhaps characters will be wearing hoodies, playing on games consoles, watching TV, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, or on the internet. This video is aimed more towards people in the 16 to 25 age range because of the theme of mental illness. This topic may be misunderstood by people below the age group and so appeals to those who have a wider understanding. It can also appeal to 46 to 55 year olds because of the age of the music itself. These songs were released in the 1970s and so this age range will be more familiar to them. It's also more likely that they would be die-hard Pink Floyd fans and so they would understand the topic of Syd Barnett's mental illness included in the video. Gender. My target audience would also be male. Since it is an all-male band, it seemed appropriate to appeal to this audience. All of the characters in the video are male, including the protagonist. The protagonist, who represents Syd Barnett, is aggressive and independent to make his masculinity clear, but also to highlight his mental illness. To make this idea of masculinity clear, I would include men's magazines, nude posters, and razors for shaving. Social demographic. I would want to appeal to the social grouping of ABC1 because of the privileges the protagonist has. I would have him live in a well-maintained household with all he needs and more to help him along. The protagonist, as well as other characters, will be playing instruments which they have been able to pay for themselves. They have not been at a disadvantage because of their social background. The video is about the suddenness of the protagonist's mental breakdown, which is not explained in the video itself. We see the people around him confused as to why he acts in a peculiar way, which the protagonist simply does not notice. Occupation. Being a music video, it obviously appeal to musicians. The use of instruments and lip syncing will be key to obtain this audience. It may also appeal to psychologists and doctors who treat patients with mental illness. None of the characters are seen doing a paid job of any sort, so it probably appeal to students as well. Hobbies. People who listen to music and or play in a band would certainly enjoy the video, since it would contain footage of the protagonist playing in a band. People who like being with friends, some shots include the protagonist being with other people, and also self-reflection. It is the creativity of the protagonist's mindset that forms the basis of this video. Style. Since mental illness is the key theme of the video, the style of the film needs to be suited to that. There would need to be dark features like black clothing, aggressive colours and fast edits. It is through these features that the audience can see the tone of the video and therefore appeal to an audience who enjoys it. Media grouping. This video would appeal to audiences who enjoy films like A Clockwork Orange, Lost Highway and 127 Hours, or TV shows like Dexter and Twin Peaks, because it deals with the theme of mental illness. The video involves the subjectivity of a mental experience like schizophrenia and hallucinations, which people who have watched the film will relate to. This video will appeal to fans of progressive rock, which features bands like Pink Floyd, Genesis and Yes. However, a modern audience will be more familiar with new prog, having hardcore and alternative features, which includes bands like Muse and 30 Seconds to Mars. Uses and gratifications. This video can provide an insight into the idea of mental illness. It may satisfy a possible curiosity which a certain audience group has. The scenes where the protagonist is interacting with friends in an aggressive or psychologically inactive way can give a sense of how to behave. Since the video is a subjective exploration of the mind of a schizophrenic, it provides aesthetic enjoyment for an audience. Utopian theory. People can use this video as a form of escapism to divert away from their everyday lives. Since a lot of the visuals will be fictional and does not document actual schizophrenic experiences, it would be ideal for this utopian audience to delve into this fantasy world. In spite of this, it can also make audiences more aware of the real world, in this case the problems of schizophrenia. It is a real issue which is somewhat dramatised in this video.